Hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is sponsored by myself. In all seriousness, I wanted to shoot this video. I wanted to show you this video because I just wanted to share with you why I think it's so important to print our work as a photographer, whether you're shooting film or digital. This video is not sponsored, but this video I just wanted to mention quickly. This company SL Digital, they're not paying me. They don't even know I'm making this video. I just received these prints. This video was shot back in I think November, but I was just too lazy to edit it. The purpose of this video is really just to show you why it's important to print our work. As I said, sometimes we just tend to shoot for the gram or just to keep our pictures into our hard drive. But to me, I've been having this ritual for quite a long time now to just print work. I have like really big, large files, large prints into my apartment of my work, and recently, since I've purchased my Pentax 645N2, I haven't made any print. And these prints, just for the record, these prints, these were not printed in lab. As you can see, I'm just using a really cheap glossy paper because I just wanted to see what can cheap print get you. And the goal of the video is really not to focus on the quality of the print, but why it's important to print your work. So again, I think when you print your work, you realize that you're actually taking pictures. I don't know if this makes sense. It might not make sense to you, but whenever you touch your work, whenever you print your work and you see what you've done, it really opens your eyes to another level. It just makes you really realize I am stopping time. I'm taking pictures. I'm not saying when you don't print them you don't have that feeling, but to have a physical picture is such a different feeling. So I really cannot stop encourage more people to print their work, because there is no satisfaction when you receive especially this picture is a really large file that I shot with my digital camera. This was not shot on film, and I decided to print this really big. This is a 60 by 90 centimeter. I don't know what's that in inch, but this is a really large file. So I just love the way it feels. One of the reasons why I chose the glossy, because I also have mini prints in my living room in matte. I just wanted to test out the glossy because when you have glossy paper, I feel glossy paper are really good for if you're using like a really cheap frame, because if you have a matte print and if you use cheap frame, because on top of the image you're going to put one of those plastic or one of those like what I mean, like the frame, and I feel like some way that kind of reduces the light, that kind of reduces the way your picture look. If you take this frame example, you have to remove the plastic, of course, but sometimes even when you remove the plastic, I still feel like there's a layer of like someone kind of reduced the brightness of your photo. That's why good quality frame are really the best. But for this purpose, I just wanted to put some pictures around my house, around my office. I didn't want to spend like $50 or 50 euro just for frame, but just keep in mind I made this on purpose. I chose the glossy because I just wanted to I didn't want my image to be too dark, because I had this experience before And yeah, so just if you know, some people are going to ask me, why are you using glossy? It looks really cheap. I know it does look cheap, but when you put it in a cheap frame, your image are just going to look a little bit darker. But if you have a glossy paper plus that frame, you know, plus that cover, the transparent cover, the brightness is going to be perfect. So, and again, this is my cheap way of putting my images. As you can see, this is a really DIY cheap DIY way to do it. And I also suggest you, if you, example here, I'm using a 30 by 40 frame. If you're printing, you have to print a little bit bigger print. Otherwise, you're going to struggle, just like what I did. My image, I think, was too small for my frame. So just make sure you print your image a little bit bigger than the little frame, empty frame that they show you on one of these frames, if you see what I mean. And this is a beautiful image that I shot in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, Southeast Asia, for those who don't know. I really love the feeling of this image because this boy, I was just wandering around with my camera. I shot this on the 90, I think on the 90mm 2.8 Canon, like the macro lens. And this is my wonderful image that I shot with my Pentax 645. I think I was using the Fuji 400H. By the way, Fuji 400H, you know, Fuji just announced they're not going to produce that film past 2021. So it's kind of sad, even though I don't shoot that film that much. But, you know, I can feel, especially the wedding industry, a lot of people are going to be mad at this film. But yeah, Fuji is going to start producing this due to some chemical missing thing. I don't know what type of chemical they're using, but they just announced that in 2021 they're not going to produce this anymore. So get your money and grab some stock of Fuji because you're not gonna have some Fuji around for quite long. Allô? Ouais, ça va et toi?
Ouais, ça va. En fait, je t'appelle parce que c'est juste pour...
So again, if you're not selling your images to clients, I think you don't have to spend that much money on frame, like this IKEA frame, as you can see, just doing the job, you know. These are the plastic version. You also have a version, I think they call it Riba something. But I just use this version because when you hang them on the wall, you don't have to use like a crazy system to hang them. This plastic one are really light, and for your own home, it's fine. But whenever I send out my work for print, because I sell some frame images, I don't use this system because this is just not okay. If you selling this like $200 or $400, this is not okay. And this image, I love it. This is a 50 by 70 frame. As you can see, it's a really big frame. I love to print my work big to see also how it feels. I think that's the beauty of it. The bigger you print your image, the more you realize how beautiful imagery can be, you know. Like I know it doesn't make sense, but I just wanted to really push people to produce more print, to print your work. I'm going to put a little sticker. There's something that they use for pictures, frame pictures. You can buy this anywhere. It's like a double sticker. It's like a chewing gum kind of thing, but it's made for frames. So as you can see now, it's stable. So yeah, just print your work as much as you can, because you know that would just make you realize how much what you're doing is not just taking pictures to put it on your hard drive. I think you're really going to realize that you have some type of superpower with your camera. This is where I realize anytime that I print my work, especially big, printing your work big is going to help you, and also for you to visualize what you've done, good or wrong. You know, this is my godfather, Marcus Garvey. I have him straight in front of my computer, and also the Emperor Selassie, Rastafari. And yes, I love this man. And this is Thomas Sankara. Please go Google him. Thank you guys for watching the video. This was Kristen. See you around. Don't forget to subscribe. And it was a pleasure to do this with y'all. Peace.